outburst this guy. Low crawler. What's going on YouTube? My name is James and today I'll be showing you how to do a Pyromancer gun build. The reason for this is I've seen a lot of YouTube videos wherein they're saying that Pyromancer is meant for anomaly due to low damage output when doing a gun build. Well, after finishing the build, I found that this is the only class that can out DPS my trickster. By the way, my trickster gets like sometimes 320, or if you have a weak party, you have like 330 per runs. So this one it out DPS or at par with my trickster, so it's really good. So I'm going to show you the build. So basically the build goes around a mod, like a tier 3 mod. It's called the branded, and what it does is enemies affected by the skill receives 40% more damage. So we're gonna use that to get the most DPS out of it. So the first issue that we need to address when doing a gun build is basically the whatchamacallit, the ammo management. So what I did here is I picked a gun. It's called the Daimyo, and the reason for this, it's not only it has a very high, not a very high, but compared to like LMG, you see the LMG damage is only at 2917. The this standard variant of submachine gun only has 2613, but this one, not only it's a burst, we need a burst because we don't want high RPM guns because of ammo management. It's got 4494. It's like double the damage of a standard variant machine gun. So this is a tactical. So every click you'll get like a burst damage. So 3 bullets in 1 click. So that should suffice when waiting for the cooldown of our feed the flames. Well, feed the flames, it basically pull an enemy towards you and you get health, and because of the mod that we will pair it to, every time you use feed the flames you'll get your ammo back. So pair that with this one, a tier 3 mod. It's called the Flame Grasper. So every time you use feed the flames, it only hit 1 enemy, but because of this it adds 2 more targets, so a total of 3. And pair that with this one, bullet absorption, so replenishes 30% of ammo in your magazine for every enemy affected by the skill. So if you have like a lot of enemies, which usually there are a lot of enemies, especially when you're doing multiplayer, you'll get like 33% times 3. So that's like 99 in total. So it's like a insta-mag full, right? So I've seen also a lot of videos wherein the problem that they're facing is they're using Embalmer's Rage on this one, plus um, whatchamacallit, like an assault rifle with 40 clip size. So that build is still viable, but only in solo play. But if you go on multiplayer, let's say you're in a party of 3, and then the enemies, the elites, and the ads, their HP is like 2.5, or their resistance is high, so you won't be able to. So they're not squishy if you are in a party. So chances are you'll encounter ammo management. So there's that, and so that's why we're doing this, because this is very good in solo and very good in party. So if you're the type of person who's because there's no PvP in this game, guys. So the only competition that we have is who has the most DPS. So when we are when I'm playing with my friends, the most DPS is the most is the more powerful one. So that's why we keep building and building until we get like the most DPS. So yeah, I'm gonna show you the rest of the build. So basically we'll be using Sharp Eye and Ashen Boost. Um, and then the branded, you've already know that. Kingslayer, this would help us in bursting down elites. And bullet kindling, so every time the enemies are on fire, then you get like 20% more damage. And because of the skill volcanic rounds, um, every time you hit an enemy, they're gonna be on fire. So that's a really good mod to pair with too. And Captain Hunter, so 25% more damage to elites, and Thermal Bomb, so you can like do, because it's stacked. So remember the build goes around branded, so if you do one Thermal Bomb on an enemy, you'll get like 40% more damage to it. If you do it twice, then it's going to be 80% more damage, so it's easy to burst down bosses and elites. And lastly, you got Bloodlust. So compare Bloodlust with Sharp Eye, then you'll get like a tons of firepower. So let's go into the class nodes. So for the class nodes, I've gone through everything I think for a gun build on this node. I did try using with fire and rifle here, 35% more damage. You think it's viable because we're using thermal bomb. So every time we use thermal bomb, you'll get like 35% more damage. I'd also use all damage, like I don't put incinerate, I don't put this guys here, and just put this one and all damage up here. It's good, but there's a lot of downtime. This is the build that I found that it's more viable when using branded because of this guy here, all guns blazing. So any skill activation you do, let's say you do Feed the Flames, you do Thermal Bomb, you get like 20% more damage. Paired with this one, Immobilize. So if you do Feed the Flames, instead of 45, you'll get like 65 because of this. So 65% more damage. One more thing that's very important here is if you do like ashes to ashes and then no incinerate, so let's say ashes to ashes and then you put the fire in the rifle, when you try to burst down an enemy, let's say there's an elite and then you do Feed the Flames and then you do 2 branded. As soon as you fire the first burst, so that's like 3 bullets, you'll get the full damage modifier. But on the next burst or on the third burst, you'll see that your damage would go down. Why? Because elites have a high resistance, and so say let's say for example you got like a 1 million damage for burst, so that's like 3 million. The next burst damage would only have like 700 because you no longer have the vulnerable effect and the ash damage increase effect because they resisted your ash, so it only gets you like 2 seconds and then the ash would no longer there, and we don't have ultimate ashen bullets to keep up the ash. So when using incinerate, the moment burn ends on an enemy, it inflicts ash status. So basically, if you hit them on your first burst and then your ash and your burns disappear, the burn would turn into ash again. So you just keep on firing them and the ash would always be there. So you have all the damage modifiers inflicted on the enemies. So that's how important the incinerate is. And this one, actually, this one and this one, if you pair them, it's good, but there's still a downtime. The enemies are still alive and you get like low damage. But if you pair one status power, that is why I put, you see all the stats here: firepower, close range damage, cooldown reduction. And then I added one status power just to make sure that my damage modifiers are always up when I'm hitting elites with high resistance. So there's that, and the good thing about all gowns blazing is it's always up, because basically when you do feed the flames, you have a 20% more damage plus this one, so it's enough to kill like ads and stuff, and you only use branded when there's an elite, or if you think that the elite would be far enough on the runs. So yep, so this is how we do it. Again, weapon damage, cooldown, cooldown. Now, if you want to play safe, like you're not aiming for the very high DPS, you can exchange this one, this guns placing to this immobilize cooldown, plus you get the cooldown here and here. So the DPS is not that, uh, it's still great, but not as good as the one we have right now. So right now we are dropping cooldown reduction for a very high DPS, and I think this is the most viable. So just copy paste this one, guys, and that's basically it. I'm gonna try to look for a party, because you know, doing solo, it's meh because you don't have any competition. I think the best way to showcase this build is for you if you find a party to play with. So I'm gonna look for a party, and then I'll let you guys see how the damage output would go. All right, thank you very much. Let's see here. Right, so we got a random team here. One Devastator and one Technomancer. Let's go. Where are they going? The damage output. So I've seen a lot of YouTube videos wherein they utilize what you call it, Baldur's Rage plus an assault rifle, which is 40 ammo. I think it's viable for things when you're playing with a team. The HP of the elites and the ads are like times 3 or 2.5, I think. So chances are you'll encounter ammo problems. The DPS is not that good compared to this. What the hell? You can change the death sacrifice for fortress. It can change the slayer to Lebanon mitigation from that. I like doing the most playing Eolus. this mod, guys, or node, the incinerate and the ashes to ashes, it's very so when using without incinerate, let's say for example there's a lead and you try to burst them, the second burst would have no ash infliction, so the damages would go low. So it's very important to have that node. That's why I opted to use the bonus placing instead of the thermal pad because that's, you know, higher DPS. But I ended the with DPS getting right. The way it works is after the burn ends, it inflicts ash. So let's say if you feed the flames and then you resisted, the second bullet would have no ash. But because of the incinerate, after the burn would also end because it's resisted, so it becomes ash. So you just continue firing with ash infliction. Getting 400 with no modifier from your fast node is still good because it's burst, so 400 translates to 1.2 M per hit. So imagine if you get like 1.5 M per hit, it's like 4.5 M. I'll burst this guy. It's like 3.6 M. There's one more build that I did with this. It's good too. So instead of using Feed the Flames, we'll just basically use Bleed using this gun here, Lucky Jinx, and then we're gonna use Death Sentence. And it's burst here. Feed the flame, transit. Here, I don't have feed the flame, but I do have. Hello, crawler.
All right, Zahidi. I found one of our pods. And as a bonus, we can all start bathing again.
Let's see how much
Excellent.
DPS we got.
That water's gonna be a lifesaver, Outrider. I'll be sure to bring people the good news.
This is the first time I'm creating like a
Outrider detected. Access granted.
video for this game. So I thought about doing some writing for like what I'm doing, then probably like, share, and no share actually, just subscribe. What am I saying? $384, not quite. Well, we died. We almost got a 400, but that's still good. See the damage output, 345 from the volcanic rounds. If you do Fortress, this would go 60M, the Storm Whip, and your volcanic rounds will go down a bit, but I find that the most DPS output would come from the bullets, so using Dark Sacrifice, you'll get the most out of it. And yeah, that's it. If you wanna be tanky, then just change this to Fortress and change the Dragon Slayer, was it Dragon Slayer or King Slayer, to Mitigation from Death. And then you could also, if you want to play safe, you can just do the ones that's here. Or if you want to do like unleash skills, then use the wildfire. But I've tried everything, and this is the best damage output that I can put out when using this build. So thanks again guys for watching, and yeah, subscribe. Thank you.